Hi, hello, how are you? My name is Sara from Sara's Reading Nook, and today is going to be a very fun video. Now, I did my makeup and my hair a little bit differently today, and I will probably be continuing to do it this way because my number one favorite of this month has been falling back in love with Sabrina. I mean, I never fell out of love with Sabrina, but after the last season of Sabrina, I haven't read The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, I haven't rewatched the series, and I just feel all of the Sabrina vibes this month. Now we're gonna go back a little bit, and I'm gonna explain a few things. Number one, whenever I think of September, I think of Sabrina. Specifically, I first think of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. That show was so great and amazing to me. Melissa Joan Hart was such an amazing Sabrina. And I always think of when she first learned about being a witch and how she started school at a new school. And so yeah, I think that's sort of why September always brings me back to Sabrina. Not to mention, next month is going to be October. So this all ties in with my Vlogtober. So basically I'm going to be doing a series of reading vlogs every Sunday of next month. And in them, I'm going to be doing things like showing you some Halloween Lush products, reading all of the spooky books, watching all the spooky movies and TV shows, which if you want to watch The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina with me next month, I am going to be doing a Netflix party. I will give links to that. Follow my Twitter. I'll tell you the day, I'll tell you the time that we start, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, because I have such an intense love of Sabrina, I reached out to Catarina, who is an illustrator based in Portugal. So she was able to draw a beautiful illustration for me that I'm going to be using in the month of October. And here it is. So of course the inspiration for this came from The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, but also it came from an old school drawing of Sabrina. So a bit of a backstory on how this was done. I wanted Olivia to wear a cute little witch hat, and I wanted us to be flying away through the night with the moon behind us. And Catarina also does beautiful lettering. I love how she curved the letters in the word Vlogtober. So if you're interested in reaching out to her for yourself, please give her Instagram page a visit, her Etsy shop a visit. She makes the most beautiful designs and has never let me down. In fact, every one of the illustrations she's done for me, which is now 2, she's done incredible work. I've already given her a warning that I'm going to talk to her about Bookmas. But for now, we are set on October. Now, my second favorite thing is this mug, which you see right here. It's a little bit of magic. And every time that I drink out of this mug, I just feel all of the fall vibes. I feel like Sabrina. I also feel a little bit like Usagi. And it's just adorable. And it's actually quite a large mug. And if you can see inside, it says, "Pause and reflect." So this little guy has made my life so good and happy. And tonight we're going to be doing a book club live show. So you're going to be seeing this tomorrow on a Sunday. But I wouldn't be surprised if this little guy doesn't make a big grand entrance during the live show. Now, speaking of our live show, another one of my September favorites has been the book Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. This has to be one of the best books that I have ever read, and I feel okay saying that now because we have filmed our live show. So the whole premise of Fahrenheit 451 is what would happen if instead of extinguishing fires, firefighters ignited them. And why exactly would firefighters be burning books? So of course it's a dystopian, but of course it has very relevant themes for today, such as censorship, the importance of sharing factual, true evidence and information, as well as the premise of ignorance is bliss. Or is it? I listened to the audiobook and I highly suggest that you do that. The book I just read through so incredibly quickly, and at this point I am very, very excited to talk to the girls from the Top Shelf Society about the book. I read this book so early on because I knew that I would have lots of notes to write, and so this actually leads into my next September favorite. They are just leading into one another right now. So my next September favorite is my reading journal. And I have already discussed my reading journal before and exactly how it's laid out. But if you just want a little bit of a gist about it, essentially I like to take notes on the book that I read. Now, I have done this in the past with notebooks or by scribbling in the margins of the books that I read. But I thought it was high time to finally put this guy to use. Now for Fahrenheit 451, I used 2 pages to write down my feels about the book. And honestly, I knew this was going to happen. And actually, upon reading this again, one cool little tidbit about Fahrenheit 451 is that the actual title of the book has a very interesting fact and premise behind it. And I encourage you to read the book so that you can understand the significance of the title of the book. But anyways, that book is of course a top shelf read. I know I often say this with books, and especially books that I really enjoy, but I think that everyone should read that book. So that is definitely a September favorite, Fahrenheit 451. Now my next favorite are these illustrations that I purchased from Etsy, and I'm just looking for frames to put them in. I grew up loving Sailor Moon, and I had posters of Sailor Moon, coloring books, etc. So what I ended up getting from Etsy as a little treat are these 2 illustrations. So I will put the Etsy store down below. And so this first one is Sailor Moon, and this is during the transformation part of the Sailor Moon shows. I love it. I love the colors. I love how abstract it is, and I'm excited to put it on my bookshelf, which a bookshelf organization and decoration is going to be coming soon. So look out for that. And the second illustration is Sailor Pluto. And if you did not know this before, Sailor Pluto is actually my favorite Sailor Scout. I love how mysterious she is throughout the series, and I love how she befriends Chibiusa, or Rini, and she's also in control of time. She is a guard of time. I'm so thrilled to be putting this on my bookshelf. So yes, these illustrations are my new favorite thing. Now, I ate this up as soon as I got it, and I wanted to film it a little bit more, but that didn't happen, clearly. But I did end up taking a picture of it for my Bookstagram. So that is a Cinnaholic Pumpkin Spice Cinnamon Bun. If you like cinnamon buns, now this is like the best cinnamon bun that I have ever had. It tastes like pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice, and just like pumpkin, fall, autumn, like wonderness. So if you have a Cinnaholic nearby, I highly encourage you to check them out because it is so delicious. And finally, my last favorite of September is not, I guess I can't really say that I have completed this favorite, but Hyperbole and a Half is one of my favorite books. It's what started my desire to talk about books on social media, and it holds a very special and dear place with me. Allie Brosh is the illustrator, and she just draws the most ridiculous things. I have no idea how she is able to so accurately draw out emotions. What awkward feels like, what silly feels like, what impending doom looks like. She's so good at it. And like, her drawings are simple, but just so accurate. Now, if you are dealing with any hardships, any negative things in your life right now, I really encourage you to check out her new book, So Solutions and Other Problems, because I just generally think that, you know, she just writes things in such a beautiful, messy way that it really helps you just get through difficult situations. And I'm like so happy that she has completed that book and it's out. You can grab it. And I am only 1/5 of the way through, but I just know it's just me and that book are just getting along superbly better than expected, which I expected great things. And now it's time for the Portuguese word of the day, which is setembro. Setembro. My pronunciation probably isn't that great, but Portuguese speakers will know what I'm saying. Setembro is September. Anyway, that is everything for today's favorites. Look forward to Vlogtober and look forward to my September wrap-up, which should be coming shortly. That's everything for today. Bye!